Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming to my virtual open house. I'm going to give you a quick rundown of the English 1 honors curriculum and then give you a little background about myself. So again, my name is Nick Masciola. This is my 9th year teaching at LT. I teach English 1 Prep and English 1 Honors, and I also work in the spring and in the fall as the SAT reading and writing instructor. Prior to coming to LT, I had 4 years of experience at Leo Catholic High School, which is a very small all-boys school on the south side of Chicago. I have a bachelor's degree from UIC that I earned in 2008, and then I just completed a master's program at Concordia University this past June. When I'm not teaching, I'm spending time with these three goobers here on the screen. I have Joanna, who just started kindergarten, Andy, who just started 2nd grade, and then this is my daughter, Emma, who just turned 2 not that long ago. Some contact information. So my email address is posted on the class website, which is Canvas, which you're hopefully getting familiar with. Canvas is a really important resource for parents and students. This is where assignments are being posted, students are turning in work. There's a link to the Zoom meetings. There's a link to the calendar. So you definitely want to make sure that you are familiar with that site. When you log in, you can see on the top right-hand corner, there's a link to log in as the parent of a Canvas user. And so students can help you gain access to the site as well. And then that way you can monitor what they've been up to and what we're doing in class. So I'm going to give you a quick explanation of the course. So English 1 Honors is the highest level of English that freshman students can take. And the class is really designed to prepare students for taking AP courses at North Campus down the road. I know they just got here, so you don't want to think too far in advance, but this is really designed to prepare them for that experience. With that said, if students do experience a bit of culture shock as they adjust to the pace or the rigor of this course, please encourage them to come in for some extra help, and I'll reach out to you if I feel like they need some extra time as well. I think everybody is experiencing a little culture shock as it is right now. So the course is designed with these core texts in mind. So we start out the year by reading How to Read Literature Like a Professor, which is a great resource to help students look for clues, how to find symbols, how to make connections amongst texts. And then we read that in correlation with a short story anthology. This text gives us a chance to look at different genres, different perspectives, different authors as we introduce these skills to your students. And then as the year progresses, we get into the quote unquote classics like Romeo and Juliet, the Odyssey, and Huck Finn. Even though these are older texts, we find that regardless of when we read them, there are always things going on culturally and socially that help them remain relevant. And so every year we try to help students see the connection between these texts and the world around them. A couple quick things about grading policies. So there's a lot of practice work, especially at the beginning of the year and the beginning of a unit, where students are being introduced to skills and then getting the opportunity to practice. So they get feedback, they'll get scores on some of them, but most of them will be ungraded until we've had a chance to give them enough opportunities to learn and demonstrate those skills. We also give students the chance to revise their work. So if they don't do as well as they expected, or they were struggling with the concept and they want to take another crack at it, we encourage them to do so. And this really puts an emphasis on student growth and not just grades, because we want to see them progress. We obviously want to see that academic success, but we want to see them improve and progress throughout the year. So another thing with the course is how are we adapting it to this remote learning environment? So in this class, and really most English classes, we use technology a lot. So the remote room can really closely mirror what we would be doing in normal circumstances anyways. If we were in the classroom right now, we would still be collaborating on Google Docs together. Students would be participating in online discussions. They would be submitting their work for feedback. So all of these things happen whether we are virtual or not. But then I think making sure that we are trying to make sure students don't have anything additional on their plate that's going to stress them out. So all the documents are being linked. All the directions are crystal clear, so they know exactly where to go and how to find things. And that's really been the focus for the first few weeks as they learn how to navigate 7 different remote classes. So a typical week would look something like this. So on Monday, when we have a lion day, students meet with all 8 periods, and we use that time to preview the week ahead, maybe introduce a skill or a concept in a shortened period of time. So this week, we learned some strategies for annotating a text, how to mark it up, how to ask questions, what to highlight, what to circle, and so on. And then students went home and then read John Updike's short story A and P. So when they came back on Wednesday, we talked about what did you annotate and why, what did you notice, what did you observe from the story, and then we split up students into breakout rooms to share those insights. Friday, we had a mini lesson on characterization. So we kind of built onto the conversation from earlier in the week about what to annotate for. And then again, students worked in large and small groups to talk about how the protagonist was characterized. So that's what a typical week would look like. We'll introduce 1 or 2 skills at the beginning and then slowly progress as the week goes on. How are we keeping students engaged? It's difficult being in this remote setting, but we're doing daily icebreakers and different activities to get to know them. We are using breakout rooms on Zoom for students to work together in small groups and just get to know their classmates in a working and professional environment. And then just finding other ways to utilize Zoom or some of the other technology that we have at our disposal, using chats, using polls, having students complete surveys, little things like that to make sure that they are staying engaged with the course material. So getting help is going to be really important this year. Students are encouraged to email ahead of time to set up virtual office hours. So I will be available 7:45 to 8:45 and 2:50 to 3:15 every day, as every teacher is. And then I'm also available 4th and 5th periods, actually Tuesday through Friday. Those are my free periods. So anytime students want to work with me or need help or they were absent and want to know what's going on, they are encouraged to email ahead of time. That way I can make sure that I can work with them one-on-one in the Zoom room and make sure that they are keeping up with what they need to do. And then something else I always encourage the students to do is try to meet with me before a due date. Don't wait until the night before. Don't wait until you've already turned something in for a grade, but try to meet along the way. And that way we look at writing, especially writing is more of a process. And so meet with me during that process as opposed to just at the end. I really appreciate everybody taking a minute to tune in and stop by. And I strongly encourage you to reach out to me if you have any questions about the course or about your students' progress. I know that this year is presenting different opportunities for all of us, but I've already seen a lot of growth in the first couple of weeks, and students seem to be getting comfortable and keeping up with the workload. So I really look forward to getting to know them and working with them throughout the course of this year. Thank you so much.